Howdy guys, how we doing? Welcome back to another video of Westland Survival. How we doing? Hope you guys are well. So we are at the Chromite mine, and I was thinking to myself before I started recording this video, because I actually need to come here and story of my life, guys. Every time I feel like I wanted to chat to you guys about stuff, I'm always finding myself in these mines. So yeah, I have no idea why I'm here all the time when I'm speaking to you guys, but we're here and I really want to go through a couple of things. So most importantly, by the time that you are reading this video, there we go, we've got a 50% max health benefit, and that was part of my other thing as well. I was wanting to try and achieve here because I am up to stage 2 in the Boreal challenge out of stage 3, and as you can see, I've got most of this all done, which is great, and I've only got a few things that I need to do, and one of these is eat each of the tier 6 dishes at least once to finish that off, and more notably I've got to do another Digger's Den run eventually, but I've got to kill quite a bit of enemies. So that in the American Cougars. Oh, here we go, and I'm already getting attacked here by this fella here with me not concentrating, and we've got to kill a lot of our steel diggers as well, destroyers, sorry, I should say, rather. Now this is a wounded slave. I will actually take that one on because the resources are not bad, if you don't mind me saying. But more importantly, I'm here because I need to make steel, and steel is something that is just plaguing my gameplay, unfortunately, which is real annoying for me because all I want to do is just have a sufficient amount of resources for myself, and more importantly, just so I can, you know, continue to make content for you good people. That's the name of this game today, but there was nothing in that. I am happy that I actually put some dynamite with me as well, so we are obviously going to use that up because we can get into here and access some of these resource goodness, which should be a bit of chromite and a pickaxe. There we go, and a tube as well. Why not? But also I want to tell you good people, there is obviously another contest, as you guys would have already guessed it and read the title description of this video. We do have another contest on our hands, guys. So this one here, it's actually a really good one because I'm excited to let you guys know. So again, the rules are the same, they don't change. You comment your ID on this video here, so your gaming your gaming ID and comment on this video. And what I mean by that, let me just continue to take out this slave holder and I'll show you guys real quickly. So basically, your ID at the bottom of this screen, that is your ID, not my ID. You don't want to use my ID, you want to use your own ID, of course. And then comment that in the comment section. It allows you to copy it, so you don't have to sit there and write it all verbatimly, so it just makes that life just a little bit easier for a lot of you guys, which is obviously a good thing. But more importantly, if you haven't done so already, you need to make sure that you subscribe to Westland's main channel, which I'll leave in the video description and obviously in the comment section for ease of access for you guys. And you guys are going to stand to win some goodies: 3 uncommon Boreal tubes, 20 dynamite, and 20 sugar treats. So guys, get onto it. This is, like I said, this is a really good one, especially for those that haven't gotten themselves up to tier 6 yet, which, you know, look, it's a good thing because it at least gives you guys a bit of a starting point as well, things to work to, and, you know, things of that nature. So, and if you guys are already at tier 6, well, it's just a little bit more incentive to do what you guys need to do, if you know what I mean. So guys, like I said, it's a freebie. It's something that you guys should definitely jump onto without hesitation. And why isn't anything here? But anyway, jump onto it. Can we actually pass through here? I don't think we can. It gives us the illusion that we can, but we can't. But, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, guys, I want you guys to participate, and I want you guys to try and claim on those goodies. We've only got some iron here, which is a bit of a bummer. That's okay. Am I good to go with this? I think I am. Yeah, okay, cool. Just making sure that I've got the right auto features switched on so I don't have to worry about, you know, manually trying to do it, but that's okay. I think that's everything here, isn't there? And of course I'll grab some of that because I'm actually low on this as well. That's the other thing too. I come here for two things, mainly chromite and some charcoal. I am actually running surprisingly low. Now that I've actually got some accessibility to craft a lot of the tier 6 stuff, obviously it needs power, it needs fuel, it's got its own generator. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, so I need to ensure that I've got all available resources for me, of course, so at least that way I can produce all the tier 6 goodness. Now these are just little wolfies here, so that's fine, that's fine. And what have we got here? We've got a thug, and I'll take you out nice and easy. I don't think you would have had anything that I would have been interested in, but we will come back to the end of this with this fella here. So he will give me the goods, and basically I'm just going to leave and re-enter the zone again, rinse and repeat kind of thing. But yeah, guys, look, make sure that you do this, and look, the development team at Westland obviously are trying to give you guys the abilities to, you know, get some free stuff. It's easy. There's really not much else to it. And I want you guys, more importantly, my viewers, I want you guys to, you know, capitalize on those little wins here and there. And look, you might be asking why they're doing it. Look, like with any business, it's promotion. It's all about promotion, and it's all about, you know, getting the exposure out there, and it's a good thing because you guys are going to benefit off it at the end of the day. So it's not anything other than that. But ooh, we've got an event here. I should probably really look into that too as well. So, and only because I want the saddles. Saddles are important. And let's just reset that and head back into here and continue on. So in that first run, what did we get? I didn't actually get much, which is really disappointing. That's the annoying thing about this place. This place here doesn't really yield a lot of resources. When I compare it to, say, something like the iron mine at least gives you a little bit more for your troubles. But this place here, I feel in a sense that we aren't getting the main I guess, you know, we're not getting our money's worth here, and I really would love to see this change further down the line, and I would suspect that it will. And hear me out. The reason for that is the devs are starting to, I guess, unpack and unwrap the Boreal Wilds a little bit more and a little bit more. And the more they do that, the more that there's going to be cases for rebalancing and restructure of the game. So I know I talk about this a lot. I sort of talk about this a little bit different in each way I do it because I like to sort of piece together my thoughts every time I do it. So in this instance here, we're focusing on a tier 4 level scenario as opposed to, you know, tier 5, tier 6 of course, because tier 6 is obviously brand new. So with tier 5, I know there's even a lot of people, even a large portion of my audience haven't actually gotten to a tier 5, haven't even accessed the deep water. So this might even be relevant for you guys as well. So I'm just going to grab that. I might just, yeah, I'll leave that alone because I've got a lot of that going at the moment. Yes, I have been grinding quite a bit. So there's some of the antics that I've been up to. So there you have it. But anyway, continue on. So, like I said, for those that are still coming up in the game and are still trying to grind their way through, I reckon there will be a point in time, I should say, where we should hopefully see some benefits and some rebalances to this game. And at least in a way that we can actually... Oh, there's a thug over here, so let's just get you. And, ooh, there we go. I have annoyed the bandits enough that they're going to come and get me. Good, because I've been waiting for this for a little bit now, because since the new update, there's a scaling metrics for the bandits, which is great, because I can't wait to see what type of other maps that I'm going to get. If that's a thing, of course, and see how difficult these fellas are as well, because they're supposed to be scaled to your game level, which is something that I'm keen to see, and see how more potent they are than they have been in the past. And I think what I mentioned in the recent update video for 7.7, that everything at the moment is still the same. They haven't really changed anything. So all the maps that I've got, they're all tier 5 common. And I sort of made a mention regarding that as well. So my comment was more around if we do it enough, will we get an uncommon version or a rare version of the map? If that is even at all a thing, I have no idea, because it hasn't been mentioned, it hasn't been actually put into the world, so to speak. But I feel like this would be a first step in the way of things of happening, if it actually isn't a thing or not. If we're just straight up only going to get our standard standard gear and things like that, I'm not too sure. But I'm holding out for hope, because I feel like that I might actually may get tier 6, a tier 6 map as opposed to a tier 5 map, because, well, my game stage is quite high, and I reckon that makes a whole lot of sense if that is the case. Well, it should be the case. I feel like it should be the case, but that's just me. So yeah, but going back to it, so the rebalance. Yeah, I know I trail off, guys. If you guys have watched me long enough, you guys know how I do things. I talk about something, then I move on to something else, and it's whatever comes to mind. So with the evolution of tier 6, I feel like tier 6 will come to a point where they will need to make it a lot more accessible to get to a tier 6 environment. And what they're going to need to do is they're going to need to enable us to get more resources in order to visit the Boreal Wilds. Now, they're not going to obviously lower the difficulty level of the tier 6 area. So I think what they probably would be doing, and what would make a hell of a lot more sense, is that they're going to enable more resources to become available everywhere else. That will allow you to go to a tier 6 area. So places like the Chromite mine comes to mind. No pun intended. But so this is what I mean. Now, we've done 2 runs of this place, cleared it out, and I'm only sitting on just under 80 pieces of Chromite, which is okay. It was a little bit more of an uplift to that of the previous run. So it is a lot of RNG, right? You are only going to get this at a random rate. You might get a good run, you might get a very poor run. When you guys saw my first run, we had the elevator shaft, thinking that I was going to get a little bit more, and I did not, which is a bit of a bummer. So it is what it is. But in saying that, I would think, and I would like to think, eventually that we'll start to get more for our trouble's sake as we go through. So they may not even necessarily lower the difficulty level of this zone, but they might just improve the resource count, which is what I'm hoping for. And I'm really hoping that would become a thing. So, or on the flip side of that, we started using buffs for food and all that sort of stuff. I'd love to see buffs that allow us to gather more resources out of the same out of the same node of ore, for example. So at the moment we're only getting 3 per node. I'd like to see it double in a sense. So you take, I didn't want that to break, damn it. I wanted to break it down. Well, doesn't matter. I got distracted and I'm talking to you guys. So yeah, I'd like to see buffs where if we were to consume them or use them, it'll give us a small window in order for us to grind and get more resources quicker. That's what I would like to see, because that'll make the buff system a lot more relevant, I guess. And not to say that then it's not relevant. What I mean is that the buffs at the moment only serve a couple of purposes, right? They serve HP purposes, defense, attack, evading, critical hits, and the ability to move through certain biomes quicker. So swamps comes to mind, and snowdrifts is the other thing that does come to mind for me. So I would like to see resource gathering, or the ability to mine more or gather more things from the same place as a buff related matter. So that's what I want to see. I hope things like that come soon, and I hope that things like that will happen eventually down the line, because it's not only going to help us for advancing to things like, from tier 4 to tier 5 to tier 5 to tier 6, but it'll also help us as a generalization for things like the Alliance. And I know, don't get me wrong, alliances have been proven to do well, but a lot of it is is on the basis that players commit themselves to building up an alliance, right? So whether or not that will change in the future, I have no idea. But I guess, you know, that's something that could be thought of, or that could be a reason why that they haven't gone and made foods and buffs that make resource gathering a lot easier for a lot of people because of the alliance. So that's another thing that we need to sort of consider in that regard. So yeah, look, while it's good in practice in one sense, I and probably everyone else sort of need to you know, think about how it sort of impacts the game as a whole, as a holistic view. And what I mean by that is an overall thing, an overarching thing. You do one thing to the game, and it's obviously going to have repercussions for everything else that you do in the game at the same time. So you take one thing and amplify it. It's obviously going to have recourse for the rest of the game. Will it make it too easy and people get bored and people get disinterested in the game? Or do you make it harder? Again, makes the grinding a hell of a lot harder and people get disinterested. Or you try and find that fine balance where it keeps people engaged and interested and wanting to achieve more within the game itself. So, you know, you've got all of these facets that you sort of got to take into account, and I feel like that's you know, something that it's not easy to do, I feel, and it's not something that should be I guess, you know, used loosely, if that makes sense. Again, so yeah, look, I know the devs have got a hell of a lot of you know, thinking and processing and, you know, ideas and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, they take your feedback and ideas on board heavily. So the more constructive feedback and suggestions that you can make as a player, the better that the game will become. But it's obviously got to be done within reason. And like I said, I'm one of those people. I like to give constructive feedback. I like to give, you know, my thoughts, my suggestions, and things like that. And whether they get whether they take that on board or not, it's up to them. I don't bank on things. I can only voice an opinion. My voice is one, your voice is another, and I would hope in a way that things like that can get noted or noticed, you know, as time goes on. And if there's enough of the same trend, then they obviously got to look at that a little bit more exclusively to, I guess, you know, improve quality of life. If that's a thing, if that is an issue at all, you know, quality of life is one thing, and we are, you know, in a mode where we're just want a certain thing, and if it's not feasible, then that's when the devs will come back to us as a playing community and will voice their justification why they haven't done it, or if they will do it, or if they will compromise and do something. And that will basically, you know, give us a reasoning behind, you know, what their actions will be based on what the ask is and what the answer will be. So, you know, there's that. I feel like this is the same type of elevator map, but there is some more resources in here, which is nice. So I'm happy with that so far. But yeah, third run in it, I guess, of this place, and, you know, just under 20 minutes of chatting to you guys. So look, it's not for me, it's not a grinding thing, and I know I'm probably in a better position than what other players are as well at the same time, and it is what it is. So don't get me wrong, I've been playing this game since the game's inception, and that's over 5 years now. Well, we're into the 6th year actually of this great game, and that's how long I've been playing, and this is why I have the ability to do a lot of things that a lot of people may not be able to do. So, you know, there's that. There's some buffs and perks there, but I've invested in the game, put it that way. So there's a lot of time and effort into the game, so that's why I do what I do, and I'm able to show what I'm able to show. So, you know, there you have it. But yeah, guys, I feel like I've gone over a lot, and look, this was more about the contest than anything else, but I sort of see this place for you know, a reason or a focal point to talk about opportunities. And I've done it with a lot of other places, and some of those places have changed slightly, ever so slightly. and I reckon, you know, the time for the Chromite mine will come soon. Don't know what that looks like or when that's going to be, but I think, you know, eventually we will see some benefits to this place, and we'll hopefully get more resources as time goes on, because hey, I want it. I know you guys too. And look, and there's probably other people out there that play this game as much as I do, if not more, or probably a lot further along than me, or not even further along with me, and can probably turn around and tell me that this is completely fine. This is adequate at the moment for the need. There's really not a reason why that we need to change it. And that's a fair assessment, because like I said, a lot of people are at different stages, you know, in their gameplay, in what they do. And, you know, it may not be relative to what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, but again, like I said, you know, everyone has their own needs and wants when they're playing the game, and they're just simply at different stages in the game. And why did you just come over and shoot me before I was able to unlock this thing? I have no idea, but they did. They did, so I have to do what I need to do. Ooh, that's not a bad amount, so I'm just going to grab that and do some resource maneuvering around. But I'm actually getting quite a bit of resources, so I'm happy with what I've gotten so far in the 3 runs that I have done so far without having to mine this at the moment. Let's just take you out, and you have given me that, which is a nice, and you guys are just standing around there. I don't really need to bother you guys, but let's just hassle this raider and take you out, my good sir. You didn't give me anything there, Mr. Thud. I'll take you out too. And we've got a couple of black wolves here, and from here I'm probably confident that all I need to do is just hit that auto button and we should be good to go. So let's see what we get in here first anyway. Hopefully something good. Cool. And you know what, I'll leave the pickaxe there because I really don't need it at the moment. Of course, every time I feel as though when I'm trying to get out of a little area like that, I always get harassed by an enemy. What do you do? But look, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you have something in between that you want to discuss about what I've sort of discussed today about the Chromite mine, or any place in general that might feel like there is a bit of a deficit in terms of resources and availability of those said resources that, you know, that stunts your progression? Let me know in the comment section down below. Like I said, I'm a well-established player, but I still find that I need, you know, things like steel in its abundance in order for me to progress and, you know, do a lot of things. And this sort of gets attributed to making a lot of weaponry and armor and things like that. So that's the gripe that I have as a player, and we're all entitled to have you know, nags here and there that we feel like, you know, we wish, you know, the game would self-improve in a way. But that's just my opinion. But again, I can't stress this enough, guys. The contest, please jump aboard. It's for your benefit, and it gives the game a lot more exposure as well. When you hit that subscribe button to their channel, they grow, and there's going to be more contests like that in the near future as well, because, well, they've done a hell of a lot so far, and they're obviously going to continue to do a lot more in the same vein. So I hope you guys jump on it and, you know, try and get some freebies. You never know, you might be that lucky winner. There are going to be 3 winners on my channel. Ooh, we've got a couple of players here and a burglar. So as we sign off, I want to thank you guys for stopping by, checking out this one. Make sure you leave a like, comment down below. Again, in this case, comment down your gaming ID and share this video if you can. That will be helpful for me personally. But if you guys are new to the channel or not, and you'd like to see more, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell icon so you don't miss out on any future videos. Alrighty guys, take it easy from me, and as always, I will catch you guys in the next one.